Hey, what's up YouTube, Eric here, Team Islanders, and this is going to be another kind of tangent style video, so yeah. After the last video I talked to a few people I knew online, put up into a couple of Facebook groups what I should talk about, and one of the suggestions was Dark Worlds, and thinking about it, with the release of Abyss Rising, Dark Worlds are going to be even more of a kind of annoyance, even more so than normal. Um, before then, or before now, Konami never really hit Dark Worlds on the ban list at all, which I still don't understand why. I mean, I guess they never did do much in the way of topping tournaments. Yeah, they did get, top 16s every now and then here and there. I think they won one YCS in the last year or two. But yeah, overall, Dark Worlds, they're just a general annoyance, even more than usual troll decks. I think that Dark Worlds in themselves can be considered a troll deck, even more so than Exodian, Final Countdown, and Chainburn. But yeah, with the release of Abyss Rising, I really think that Dark Worlds are going to probably see more play because we're going to have the Atlanteans, we're going to have the Mermails, all these water decks. And what's their new boss monster going to be? Moulinglacia, or Moulinglacia, however the hell you say it, that water elemental lord. And with his effect, when he's summoned after... Okay, for those of you who don't know, here's a picture of Moulinglacia, or however the fuck you say his name, whatever. The Water Lord. His effect reads that if you have... Or he cannot be normal summon or set. You can only special summon him by having exactly 5 water monsters in your grave. When this monster is special summoned, discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand. This effect can only be activated once per turn. When this card leaves the field, skip the battle phase of your next turn. So, he's really good. I mean, being able to drop 2 cards out of your opponent's hand right then and there, it's really good. But at the same time, you're only going to run 1 or 2 of them in your deck because, like it says, you can only use this effect once per turn. So it's not like you can drop 2 or 3 in one turn, discard your entire opponent's hand, and then attack for game. That's not how it works. Maybe you can drop 1 if you have another one in hand, wait a turn, hopefully you still have the 5 engraved, drop the second one. That would be 2 or 4 cards out of your opponent's hand, but it'd really be only like a -3 for them because they get their draw on their turn. So, yeah, the Moulinglacia, I see him being a little bit of a bitch. Grand Soil, I think, is better in my opinion, but that's just because I like him. I run one of them in my Psychic decks, which, by the way, I'll have a Psychic deck profile up probably either today or tomorrow. I finally finished most of the deck. I'm just missing a Hyper Psychic Blaster. Hopefully I can get that in a trade soon. I'm talking to a few guys on Facebook. But yeah, let's get back on topic now. Dark Worlds. Because of Moulinglacia's effect of discarding 2 cards from your opponent's hand, I think a lot of people are probably going to be playing Dark Worlds now as kind of a counter for that. Just, if they drop it and then they discard 2 cards out of your hand and you're playing Dark Worlds, yay, you get your freaking monster's better effect out of the 2. I can't remember what Grapha does when he's discarded by an opponent. Hell, he pops 1 right now. I think he pops 1 and then you can special summon 1 card from your opponent's grave or something like that. I can't remember what he does. I have a D page for Dark Worlds, but that's just me. And that's one reason why I really don't like Moulinglacia, because he's going to cause people to play Dark Worlds as a counter for it, causing more people to have to deal with Dark Worlds when they're not playing them. It's just stupid. I mean, some people, they may end up just not playing Dark Worlds. They may end up siding maybe a Dark World monster here or there. Maybe they'll, what is it? Gold and Silva. They're the ones that special summon the bigger beaters that special summon. I think there was Beige also. But yeah, I think people may side them in. I don't know. I'm probably going to end up just with this. People are going to be playing Dark Worlds. People are going to play Atlanteans and Mermails. All these stuff that get their effects from the grave. So I'm personally probably going to take out my Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, and I may end up putting in some Soul Drains because I feel that that's going to be a lot better. It's probably between that and Macrocosmos, but that's up in the air. Leave a comment down below. What are you going to be siding in for this format? With the release of Abyss Rising, what do you use? kind of randomness. Let's see what else is there. I've covered Dark Worlds. I hate them. I hate Dark Worlds. I can't even say Dark Worlds without cringing a little bit. Probably that's just because me personally, I play a skill drain based deck, my photon skill drains, and with skill drain on the field, it does almost nothing to them. Sure, it stops their chance archfiends, it stops the tour guides, but that's it. Once they get their Graphas in the grave, they can even hit. Fuck it, they can hit skill drain once Grapha's in the grave. So that's why I side the Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors and the Macrocosmos against just them. I have 4 or 5 cards in my side deck specifically for one matchup, which I never play, it seems. And yet I feel probably will be playing a little bit more now. So I really have to rethink my side deck. I don't know, I guess kind of a random thought. I kind of wish that they would go, because they have Lightning Imprisoning Mirror and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I always wondered if they would end up putting out one for each attribute, but then at the same time, people could make the same argument for Honest, which I really do not want them to make an Honest for each attribute. Hell, Honest himself is overpowered as fuck, and nothing against him. I love Honest. I have a Ghost Honest, which I freaking love to hell. And, you know, a lot of my decks that I like to play are kind of light-based, so I always use Honest. But I really don't want them to ever think of... Konami, please, don't ever make an Honest for each attribute. Current light Honest at 1 is perfect. I mean, if you wanted to go with, the Chaos, the light, you have to have a dark counterpart, which is a lot with monsters and everything like that. I suppose you could do something with, called, like, Dishonest or something. Dishonesty. It'd be kind of funny as hell. I dropped Dishonesty. Cheater! Okay, so I started on Dark Worlds. I talked about Abyss Rising, what Moulinglacia, whatever the fuck his name is going to be doing to the format. I don't really know much about Mermails right now. I haven't really looked at them. I was actually out of town this past weekend, so I wasn't able to do a sneak peek. I got back in town, went to my card shop, and they had already finished up with their sneak peek for the day, so yeah. I was able to pick up like a few rares and commons and stuff. I'm probably going to see about making an ice counter deck. Yeah, it looks interesting. Okay, so Dark Worlds, Atlanteans, Mermails, Abyss Rising, side deck. That kind of was a random little side road on there, but I think, yeah. Leave a comment down below with what you would like for me to talk about in the future. I mean, I've covered overpriced cards. I've covered Dark Worlds. I may just end up doing, a meta deck, Hatred, or, what I think of the meta. Giragias, they're good. I don't really mind them that much, but at the same time, I feel that with Abyss Rising, this is going to be a water format. We're going to have the Atlanteans running around. It's kind of up in the air, really, right now. I want to wait for at least 2 YCSs or something, to pass by to really see how far these Atlanteans and these water monsters are going to take to format. And I don't know. I just don't know. I wonder what it's going to do, and I'm waiting to see. So, yeah, I think that's about everything. Don't forget to check out my contest update video right here. And I'm going to have my trade binder right here. I'm probably about to film that right after this. I think that's about it, yeah. So, yeah, contest update, trade binder. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yeah, don't forget to subscribe so you can be entered in the contest, but you'll hear all about that in that update. So, yeah, I think that's about it. So, yeah, Eric with Team Unders out.